Solo lane Sett, definitely a possibility, could be mid lane, but I really like the Morgana because of the previous meta we talked about, where it has been this answer into LeBlanc, where you sustain through the harassment, you have better wave push because of your W, and you're able to bring the Black Shield, and it's not a weak support Black Shield. It is a strong Black Shield that really will allow either Contracts or Danny to pop off and take over a team fight. So you know with the explosive power of Danny's still undefeated Tristana, 9-0 now on this champion, plus the reset capabilities of Viego, those are the two that they're looking to set up.
In the last game too, kind of carrying this over, it was opportunities that Impact was looking for an engage, or Svenskeren in the previous one when the Diana was looking for a fight but was getting kicked out. So now you have the ability of the engage from Gnar with a Black Shield on top, and it won't be perturbed. So those things are available now, but man, last time, you know, the most prolific Morgana mid-game was definitely at MSI. Thinking about like EDG and SKT. So it's definitely been tried and tested.
The downfall of Faker's undefeated LeBlanc.
Yep.
I remember.
All right, well now Perkz' LeBlanc is the one up to bat here. LeBlanc Lee Sin going to be pretty threatening for the Cloud9 mid jungle, who did have quite a good first outing on Orianna and Lee Sin. We'll see how they do with an even more aggressive pairing here.
Whew, all right, any level 1 shenanigans too, because it does kind of mess up your lane if you go Q, but the tales of being bound by a Morgana Q and then never being able to move again are true.
Yes.
Another point to make, of course, that's inspiration, I'm pretty sure. Secondary there for Ignar. So Hex Flash on the table, the typical. Have to flash, maybe level 2 or something. It's not viable here because it is a cleanse pickup for Zven. So that's likely not going to happen, but makes it very clear. Zven now going cleanse versus Evil Genius's comp.
All right, well, we do have another sideline report. This time, though, it is going to be Dash standing by with, wait, hold a second, Impact. Going to be in trouble. Very nice brush camp here for Fudge and Perkz. We'll hold the interview because Impact's in trouble, but he flashes out to safety, and now we'll go to Dash and Peter Dunn.
Thank you very much, gents. Every time you try to come to us, it's action on the Rift. Impact getting away from that one just a moment ago. But I do want to take a moment to reset. Unfortunately, took the loss in game number 1, but you've already provided us with the best 5-game series we've had in the postseason. So I'm just curious what words you shared with the team stepping off the stage after that loss to recoup here for game 2.
Just that we need to regain our focus. I mean, we have a lot of energy going into the game, and I think that we were a little bit off first game, so we just need to calm it down. Cloud9 are a team that we've played well against for the whole year. They didn't show anything new in postseason. We just need to go back to playing our standard game.
In this game 2, Contracts has come back in. Any calculus you can give me there for why it is that you're swapping in that jungler now?
Just that I feel that he's been watching the first game with our jungle coach Turtle. We've seen some things we can exploit, and he's the best position to be able to exploit.
Great. Playing the full 6-man roster. Peter, good luck in this series. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you very much.
From here, back to the guys.
An active bot lane, and it starts with that level 1 flash E, but it actually benefited Zven. They have double flash advantage.
Trying to punish that early flash. Blaber is in.
Here comes Blaber. Ignar going to be the target. Q lined up. Ignar, no flash, no hope, and first blood. Maybe, maybe not. The face break is good. The kill is better. It's Zven with first blood.
So this is why we've stopped seeing the support Sett going level 1 flash on the AD carry, because the adaptation has just been cleanse. Cleanse immediately, move away. Sure, exhaust was expended there, but like that still was super beneficial for him.
But also, why we've seen it is because jungler adaptation, my friend Red.
True.
Red buff all the way down to punish that. Almost the longest possible distance that you can go as a jungler, aside from, waiting around at Krugs. Oh, really like to see that from Blaber. It is playing to the state of the map. This is the most important thing for junglers, is reacting to lane states. And if the enemy support wants to gain access to their Hex Flash by burning their real flash for those level 1 or level 2 all-ins, you go punish them for it immediately. Really good heads-up play by Cloud9. Good communication on their team to execute.
And this is going to be a different game in general, right? I mean, mid lane is definitely looking nice for the counter pick right now for Jiizuke, but we expect, especially in the 2v2s, for Lee and LeBlanc to look a lot better. But it's Jayce and Fudge on the top side. It's advantage now on the bottom side. Cloud9 are playing to win these lanes and win through the mid game rather than get to the mid game and win then.
Yeah, and I think even though that lane's been working out quite well for Evil Geniuses, it's the side lanes that haven't. I know that during the interview, the flash going down from Impact in an already difficult matchup versus Jayce, that's going to be really problematic there for Evil Geniuses, because like a dive is going to be set up at some point with LeBlanc incorporated. She also has TP, so she doesn't even need to necessarily make the move. She just needs to get the first push.
My favorite part about that level 1 play is that Impact stuck around for an extra half second in the back of the blue pit to make sure he gets a grass proc out of it at least. So he got that little bit of extra health to try and help him survive. Definitely hurts to be down flash, but it was burned so early. He's working off that timer right now.
Zven isolated here in the 1v2. Getting the gravity gun going. TP very aggressive. Danny with the flash and the rocket jump at Ignar. Perhaps not so lucky. It's Perkz lining up the chain. Can't grab it just yet, though. They're going to wait at the W and now look for it, but no, the Q's not activated. It's Vulcan in trouble. Contracts down here nice and early. Vulcan served up on a silver platter. Danny going to take his meal.
Contracts flashes in front of him. What a play there. They punish the overextension. Perkz on teleporting in, immediately chained onto a minion, so didn't have a clear shot at it, and now topside they want to get that binding.
Flash Q rooted forever. Perkz gets the kill, but Jiizuke gets it. In fact, it's Impact that'll get the donation.
How did Ignar die? He died during the play bot side. I'm sure we'll get the replay at the same damn time. What an active game.
It certainly is. That's really funny to me, though, that Jiizuke's showing you this is how you teleport in and hit your skill shot.
Yeah.
You flash point blank right next to them. That way you don't miss your snare. He's able to land that one. It's deaths all over the map.
I won't say active game again. Vulcan, my goodness, flying into mid with the Hex Fudge.
Okay.
He's been out of lane a lot, is the point I'm trying to make. Both teams getting aggressive with these roams and TPs.
The thing is, that's why I really like how you mentioned, you know, the Morgana in Champ Select for this pick. It's not about being aggressive in the mid lane. It's to neutralize there. You just push the wave and you have Black Shield for a lot of those visits. So even if they do it that way, yeah. So as we said in the earlier stage, Perkz was teleported in, then he immediately chained the minions so they couldn't get that kill. This is what I really like, though, was Contracts' flash in front of Nautilus. He immediately, as soon as he sees the start of the animation, flashes in front of it, so he takes the hook. There's no distance gained by Nautilus, and this one, as you know, another good flash.
Yeah, instantly on his head. Flash was still there from the Jayce, so he didn't want to give him any chances there. So across the map, working out well. I mean, Contracts coming in first game of the series and already playing damn well for his team.
And we didn't solve the mystery of what happened in the second attempt at bottom side.
We saw a bunch of replays, but where's the other one?
I saw where Perkz was, and I saw where I assume Ignar backed, and I think I can kind of put it together.
All right.
Got him.
But I guess perhaps
Sherlock Perkz.
You know what? Go get previewed. Then you'll find out what happened.
True.
All right, Dragon attempt though perhaps here for EG as teams are scoring up around the objective. But not going to go for it just yet. Here is Impact getting the push happening here in top lane. Feels a lot better in the 1v1 after that kill.
They can feel a lot more comfortable, Evil Geniuses that is, taking Dragon as long as they get pushed down bot side. They have TP available from Impact. He's been pushing out the lane, so he wouldn't lose too much. So that's a play that's always available. C9 is aware of it. They even have Crab. Let's see if they can get this play off.
At it again here. Ignar down to the bottom side, but it's Sven taking the damage. Contracts with a very nice looking angle. It doesn't quite land it here, so Sven burns the flash, burns the ulti, but does live.
I like how much pressure they're keeping on this Aphelios, constantly burning summoner spells off of Sven, trying to keep him from having a dominating lane phase. This is our look. Thank you, observers.
The mind is Sven. Or Perkz.
Ooh,
I found
Perkz.
Nice.
Yeah, Perkz did not have any. Oh, minion went right around the corner, I believe. Maybe we get that toggled with the Fog of War, but Perkz is not having any of that. LeBlanc goes in, finds him, punishes Ignar, actually gets that kill. So the earlier chain on the minion was just a message.
Nicely done there. And as a result, it is going to be Cloud9 with the FTX gold advantage just barely in their favor. Not a lot, though, as certainly plenty of games still to play here. Danny's Tristana stats. We saw that play at the top of the day. 9-0, still undefeated. Pretty beefy KDA to go alongside it.
Yeah, 12.11 for him. Further inflated by the 1v9 play that he was able to earn his own pentakill. One of our LCS most historic plays already, I would say. You know,
Yeah.
it's only what, a week old?
They grow up so fast.
Yes, they do.
And yeah, I mean, community have been asking to see, you know, Danny on that pick. I know when they got to the end of that last series, he was on the Ziggs. But this is a composition that really empowers him. So this is a, you know, play around the Tristana or the Viego. They have multiple options. So want to see what Evil Genius can get done.
Yeah, and he's doing it into the Aphelios matchup this time around. So I like the confidence from EG. Does feel like they kind of just shrugged off that first losses, which is what you want to see. You know, mentality of these players in playoff situations, best of 5, is so much about discipline and focusing on the task at hand. And here, task at hand for Contracts, even on the ward, because they have the bottom lane recall first. This is what I always want to point out on these objectives where people are wondering, oh, why are they just giving it up? It's because the few seconds of difference from your bottom lane recall was first there for EG. So that's why they forced this. Blaber might fish around for a steal, but Contracts does a good job pulling it further down into the river. So it makes it very difficult for Lee Sin to try and land one of those Qs. And they get their objective without spilling any blood.
Yeah. It's not going to be as good as the previous game, though, as we head into a pause. Just because, in this case, Zven was able to get the push out. That's a full wave loss there from Danny. So you're going to have to make a pretty good use of this Rift Herald to feel at least beneficial, especially since the comp is around Danny in the later portions of the game. So something to see how the Rift Herald would impact this team.
Yeah, I want to see how hard they commit to this switch because with Tristana plus having the Rift Herald, maybe they're able to work off some of those turret plates with the destructive properties, but it's just a full recall for the entire team of EG, full reset.
That was a very pleasant little timeout. And now we're back.
Yeah, your little quick 15 seconds of meditation.
Yeah, did everyone get your own segment? You know, make sure you're refreshed. And we're back in there.
Couple deep breaths. Helps with that focus.
Yep. Focus on hidden camps. Contracts not losing his camps at the very least for going for Rift Herald, so that's going to be a positive. I think he should stay on the bot side of the map, though, just because not only does he want to use Rift Herald for that Tristana set lane, also wants to contest for Dragon.
That's the main thing for me is that there's still a teleport discrepancy for Cloud9. Fudge has no teleport. Impacts is about up in like 2 seconds, so they cannot start this Dragon. They do get the Scuttle Crab instead, but they let the Dragon reset here. That is advisable. Fudge still probably communicating, hey, I've got, what, like 35 seconds, 40 seconds left on his teleport maybe.
But that does mean that Evil Geniuses can push for the vision at least. And if they want to play for a fight here, I think it's a little too early. I think they should try Rift Herald bot lane and then go for a fight, knowing that Jayce is not going to be a part of it.
Well, unsurprisingly, Contracts is back down to the bottom side of the map. Does have the Herald, as you mentioned, ready to line up this potential Dragon. No Fudge TP. Still maybe 10 seconds away. But Contracts hunting for a pick first here as Perkz is poking around here into the river. But Jiizuke, who's done a very nice job of keeping Perkz locked into mid lane. Although Perkz is going at it once again. Now Contracts going to ult him straight up. But Blaber finding the Q is not going to go in. Black Shield making Contracts' life very easy there.
And trading for health versus mages is usually very, very profitable for you because they have to go all the way back to base, you know, to replenish their health bar. They can't lifesteal, but you've got teleport, so not going to be as profitable this time around.
Perkz back, everyone just chilling out as Dragon will actually be started by Cloud9, so despite the attention Contractor was able to pay, it's Cloud9 to pick up this first Dragon. Very late, but they still get it.
Yeah, they delayed it quite a bit, even though Vision was being cleared out by Evil Geniuses. TP is now up from Fudge, so that was discrepancy no longer existed. And no ulti from Contracts because of the play. So to the point that you made, TP right back mid, and you're right where you started, except with an ulti advantage.
Ooh, Perkz gonna be okay. Good chain, does not go back to his distortion to try and connect it. Is gonna play respectfully of Jiizuke also being in the area. Impact also feeling really good after that first kill. Is actually up about a wave in CS and pretty consistently has been pushing Fudge in the 1v1.
Meanwhile, Contracts, you see what they're doing here? They have Contracts trying to harass Perkz on his roam attempts while Jiizuke is allowed to just push the mid wave. So this is a way of junglers, when we talk about unlocking lanes, this is another way of them not just going up to the wave and helping you shove by hitting it, but they take the time of their opponents. So it allows Jiizuke just to hard shove mid, gives you that unlock from mid, your 30 seconds to roam down. Meanwhile, bottom side, they also push in. They get the turret played off. Rift Herald is activated, and they almost can get it down to that last one.
Huge amount of gold they're giving over to Danny, and that does seem to be the plan right now for EG. Just feed gold to this Tristana. Can't really blame them, given his record and recent performance.
We would blame them if they did not funnel Danny on Tristana. Who's going to be held accountable for this? Who took that kill?
As Cloud9 also paying the attention, they have to. Topside, Fudge in trouble. Impact looking for the play. Flash Gnar ulti incoming, forces Fudge to flash out.
Yeah, even if they can't get the kill, I mean, the objective's already been complete. Flash off of Jayce, and also 2 waves being denied off him. So a response play has to be made from Cloud9.
All right, Vulcan over the ulti. Blaber the same, but the dive's looking a little dicey. Danny, pretty hard to pin down here.
They do have Jayce teleport that could come in, so EG need to be cognizant of the teleport timers right now, not over-engage. If you chase them down the lane, Nautilus locks you up. He's got ultimate and hook ready to hold you in place for the Fudge teleport. But Fudge now finally does exit the fountain. He was looking for a possible counter down there, heads back top.
It's really difficult to just dive not a full-sum spot lane with their jungle and a Sett. With ulti. So I can imagine how difficult it was for them to even think about going for it. So that just means Fudge loses out throughout the entirety of this. Great adaptation from Evil Geniuses between games to come to not just this draft, but overall a more stable way of playing.
All right, well, everything's kind of resetting a little. Dragon up in 225. Plates are off. Perkz actually tanked 2 tower shots to get a plate there in mid before taking his reset. So at least got a bit of extra gold off the back of that. Does result in the Luden's Tempest now being finished. Same story on the other side, though, for Jiizuke. It is his mythic done, is, of course, Leandry's. And 2 Divine Sunders stacked on top of those top sides, as well as EG feeling pretty good about where the game is. FTX gold advantage only up 300. But given that Cloud9 did have a small lead to kick off this game, EG have done a really good job of pacifying Cloud9's early game and getting themselves to a point where the Morgana and the Tristana can take over.
Yeah, and man, this guy was just packing with a big wallet when he went back to base. Tristana goes back, full buys his Berserker Greaves, and also is able to finish his Mythic. So right now, Tristana is online. Evil Geniuses want to fight when he's around. Right now is probably not the best opportunity. More Cloud9 members topside, Tristana trying to take bot wave.
I like EG's commitment to their draft of continuing to fight around this top river.
Checking with the face, though. Vulcan, though, still now in a 1v3. Pulled back by Ignar. Will have to flash out, but Viego is going to be chasing on in. Ignite is down. The slow's good out of the Viego ulti, and Impact sweeps up another one.
Contract's time spent playing around Jiizuke is through the roof this game, and it finally pays off for them. Now they're going for another onto Fudge.
Yeah, Contracts lines it up once more, but they don't have any extra CC. Contract says, are you sure? You're going to take out Fudge as well.
Yeah, man, Fudge just hasn't been able to play the game. Constant waves being denied. A lot of the times, the pressure that they've been playing through Jiizuke has been going
Blaber again gets the kick, but that's not enough. The Iron Spike whip. No, it was the Gold Drinker fully up. It just wasn't enough.
Blaber tried for it. He was so close. Danny surviving, saying, I ain't going to die under this turret again.
And that's real bad news for Cloud9 because they're trying to trade back kills and EG are just shoving through topside. They're going to get this tower. Can they get out safely? Zven and Vulcan, the only threats in the area, but that's an easy one to walk away from. Even that second Herald going over to Contracts.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of laugh about it because it's funny always to see, either a Tristana or a Lee Sin kicking someone away when they don't have the execution damage. But that play mid, that doesn't have, it's not without a cost. You still get the hard push on topside for Evil Geniuses. They finish up on 2 turrets up on the top side, taken down, and gives them time to reset for Dragon. So these timing windows are so critical as far as, the extra little 10-15 seconds that you spend going for a play like that, trying to dive under a tower, has repercussions. It has a cost for you because you lose what people will refer to as tempo a lot in some of these cases. In the timing it's going to take you to recover from that play, then reset. Your opponent's getting down there for the timing on your Dragon. Now we're going to be watching this Gnar Rage Bar. Impacts just transform into Mega. So with Teleport being ready for him, it is a bigger factor since Fudge doesn't have his, and they've rotated LeBlanc up there. But so is the Mini versus Mega duality.
Yeah, and also, even though Cloud9 at least has the gold on Zven, so Zven is the one that has been benefiting for a lot of the topside pressure coming in from Evil Geniuses, that's not their win condition. Like, Zven's going to have a difficulty like having space to walk forward. It's an Aphelios with the Nautilus, not with the Thresh, and a lot of it is going to be on LeBlanc and Jayce being on side lanes, but they don't have that, especially not even being able to approach the outer turrets.
Exactly. I mean, the team fight is so much stronger for Evil Geniuses because they have, well, Gnar is walking down through the river. They finish up on the objective before he even has to get here. But as long as Impact can manage that Rage Bar, he is the front line.
Yes.
And they've also got the added Black Shield for both their carries, so it is much easier for them to force on all these objectives. And since Cloud9 didn't get an early lead, they can't, make a lot of use of the split pushing of LeBlanc Jayce, which you usually do want to, and they just have to keep on giving ground here.
Ooh, Depth Charge popped onto Contracts. Now TP coming in for Cloud9, but the Rift Herald is going to get 2 charges. I don't think Perkz has an angle here. Shock Blast very nicely dodged as a team, as Perkz is looking for a chain, but nothing latches. EG, such a good siege in mid there.
Yeah, losing TP, not being able to get anything, having 4 members mid to try and at least defend the second turret. And for the most part, this is just Evil Geniuses winning out entirely. Jayce hasn't been able to farm side lane minions without having to deal with Contracts and one of the solo laners and the support. It's been a really tough game for him.
Yeah, I think that's why we were so hyper-focused on a lot of these early plays, because if you're playing a comp like Cloud9, and you normally want to transition into Jayce and LeBlanc both split pushing and having these strong side lanes, one versus one advantages to get you extra minion vision by pushing up further into lanes, but then also threatening collapses and poking or chunking people out. Now you're playing it from behind.
Yeah.
You have 0 towers taken versus Evil Geniuses, who are already invading into your jungle, and those deep wards mean they can see your rotations before you get your lane setups. Here they find a pick, though.
Ignar, the target, is going to get locked down. Already popped the W, so that will be a kill for Zven, but now Impact, we're going to make the big play. 2 into the wall with the Gnar as Danny gets in there and tries to clean one up. Perkz being very sneaky to try and get his way out of there as Blaber will collapse, and that is a critical error for the EG rookie, as now Vulcan locked up and killed as well.
Not getting that LeBlanc kill was so detrimental for EG. Contracts was about to pick up that soul. They needed 1 more hit on him. Then on LeBlanc, you can transform, jump right over too, and Danny wouldn't have died. But because Perkz lives, Danny goes down over the wall, tried to finish him off. They can't get the kill, and there's life in Cloud9 yet.
Yeah, a chain of errors from Evil Geniuses, and it does start with Ignar clearing that ward when he didn't have the full team. The rest of the team was also, of course, across the wall trying to invade and take camps, so those are the mistakes that you do not want to create.
Something we were praising Cloud9 for last game was their discipline while ahead, and this is something that EG are showing the opposite side of here. You mentioned, in fighting for that deep vision, Ignar doesn't respect the positioning there. He gets collapsed on first. That leads to the all-in on Perkz, where he escapes, and then Danny falls over and he gets over the other kill. They do get 1 back in getting the support kill there for EG in the end, but it's still much needed money on the side of Cloud9 that can possibly fund their way back into this game. It's still going to be very difficult because, again, looking at the comps, EG has such a strong setup for setting up on neutral objectives and playing out team fights. But Cloud9, if they can start to fund some of these split pushers, maybe they can get map control back. Fudge, though?
Yeah. And you can make that one mistake. And honestly, something I was going to say before that play even happened was that the Evil Geniuses were doing a good job to play so disciplined, right? C9's way of getting back into this game, other than, of course, blunders like that, would have been like a Lee Sin kick or a Nautilus Q. And the fights that have been happening have happened when Jiizuke has been roaming there, to be there ready for the clapback, ready for the Black Shield. So that's the one aberration, but so far it's been a good run for Evil Geniuses.
And again, given the early game Cloud9 presented, EG should be very happy. 22 minutes in, FTX Gold lead pumped up to 4K, which is real nice at this stage of the game. As Contracts though looking for the play. Zven going to be the target.
Yeah.
Danny in there again, and now Zven with no flash is going to get slowed up, and Danny knocks it down this time.
Love the confidence here on Contracts. He's always looking for the next play. and you know that you have well, never mind, we're gonna have another one.
Here we go.
Impact at it again. Oh, it's Vulcan that finds the hook this time. Gnar is very fragile, but will live as Ignar gonna pop back through, and now Cloud9. Do they think they have something else here? As Impact will transform and he'll be fine.
Yeah, careful. The blunder was almost there from EG. You can see it starting to form as they got a little bit too deep. You know, the ultimate reset ultimate fails over the wall. There's the extra vision from flank from Vulcan there, but they calm it down and they're able to get everybody out.
That's why when I think about that field report that we heard from Peter Dunn, remember that message, calm down.
Okay.
Because that blunder could actually cost them second dragon. They have to go for the full base. Thankfully they are. Nari's going to be here for it, but mistakes like these will bring Cloud9 back into the game.
All right, well, the problems do continue on the C9 side, even though they are looking to try and exploit the mistakes that EG do present to them. It's EG. They get the vision. They take the dragon. Going to keep that objective up for themselves 2-1 as Danny easily slays that. And Evil Genius is just continuing to lean on the strength of this Tristana and this Morgana while still being proactive, which is the thing you love to see. They could play, for 35 minutes and play a 5v5, but they don't need to. They know how to snowball a lead.
Yeah, they're playing with total control of the map. Because of the difference in towers here, there's nowhere for Cloud9 to work with. They continually push out their sideways first. They can collapse then for these uncontested neutral objectives. And I expect EG to be able to retain that control unless they get caught with their hands in the jungle again. These are the areas where you can get caught, even if you are ahead like that. In an advantageous situation, when you've got Nautilus over here looking for the hooks through Fog of War, or if you're trying to get too deep past these control wards, those are moments where a Nautilus hook, a Lee Sin player, LeBlanc, follow up, they get a kill, maybe they get a bounty, and you start to get a little bit worried. But as of right now, they should be able to do their homework first.
Yeah, and so I like the fact that they placed the control ward there. They have to be able to defend it. This is what they're going to be judged on. It is going to be a Cloud Soul, so it really is going to be dependent on Evil Geniuses and how they can play around Baron and fight around it. So I think Ignar has to be the one that is the creative member that's not the one hitting the objective, but is in a position for them to force a fight. It can be Gnar as well. They have multiple ways to start a fight. I want to see Evil Geniuses get it done.
All right, well, Cloud9 are sitting in a brush, and Impact says, get out. Throws a Q in there.
Smack him.
Oh, C9, go back for round 2. Impact's like, well, I don't have vision, so I'm not going to face check. Cloud9 actually have quite a few wards here. Looks like bait, but Impact will clear this one.
Yeah, EG have no sweepers available yet. There's a couple seconds left on Jiizuke, so they won't clear out this vision until they get their sweeper up. They only have one control ward left on Ignar too, so their vision game is a little light, but they're going for the Baron bait.
Both Ignar and Impact, by the way, are playing defense. I think this is a good place to fight.
Blaber going to be the target. Gets 2, though, off the ulti out of Impact. TP's coming through it. There's the ulti out of Sett, though. Cloud9 and maybe landed up, but no, it's EG to knock it down. Jiizuke does get a kill back, but the AoE damage is absolutely massive. It's Sven's ulti that's got all of EG so low, and now Perkz is trying to chase him down here. Jiizuke going to be the target. Fudge as well. We're going to get in there, but EG, can they get out alive? Perkz with the wraparound. Just somehow no one's dead. Perkz going in, gets face broken. Perkz gets the chain, dips his way out of there as Cloud9 do get one, but can they get more? EG under the tower, there's 2 ready and waiting, but they will get out.
On one end, Ignar's E was insane, and on the other, that Zven clapback, that Inferno, that ultimate hitting all 5 members, ridiculous, and that's going to mean C9 Baron.
They've got it! They come back in this game! Danny does push down mid lane. He's going to increase the cost, but that's Baron for Cloud9. After getting beaten over the head for the first 20 minutes of this game by Evil Geniuses, Cloud9 with the huge turnaround. Man, when I saw that base breaker from Ignar, clapping 4 people together over the wall, you thought there was going to be the big follow-up, but they had just used cooldowns. There was no damage follow-up. And so then, as you're saying, Zven the Aphelios is able to turn it around. Look at this. Sometimes when you're clumping up to try and follow up on a play from your team, you can expose yourselves to a counterplay, and that's just what happened. Here's another look at how it started. I like the focus. Impact just wants to start the fight on the front line. Vulcan flashes away. He's able to land that stun, but we're back to life.
Yeah, we've got no time because EG are looking to make a play again. It's Ignar that's going to get deleted. Perkz just grabs one, and now C9 on the assault. Q will miss, and C9 don't think they have a follow-up here, so EG will only lose one. But the Red Bull Baron power play looking real nice there as Perkz does actually find a backline assassination. Black Shield is late onto Impact, but it will not cost him yet. Gets the ulti, Danny slays Vulcan. Nice little counterplay there out of EG, but Zven is just letting it rip as Blaber going so deep. Ward hops away, finds a blast going for safety, and Cloud9 is on the attack this time.
This game is so explosive, and the fact that that kill, just blowing up Ignar before he had the chance to use his W, was pivotal. This game is now in Cloud9's hands.
I love it. And this is the reason why you keep cautioning against giving money back to the side of Cloud9. You caution against those blunders that EG make. Cloud9 are making the most of this. The best possible tool for you to have when you've got LeBlanc Jayce is to have this Baron buff. They shove right back. They get more kills out of themselves. They even up on these turrets, 2 extra turrets taken down for themselves. Both of them outer.
Oh, Danny. All right, he's fine. Everything's fine.
Black Shield
Everything's
is there.
fine.
In Jiizuke, you trust. Black Shield has safety.
Yeah, and now they're going to be able to pick up the dragon, but it really does come back to that fight because you have to be ready to follow up. The Gnar ultimate being able to nail 2 people, specifically the Lee Sin who was in a safe spot actually and was going to be able to escape with W. But the flash from Vulcan, he should have been nailed down with a binding from Morgana or something to be ready for it because that was what they were looking for a long time.
Yeah. Perkz burst, Sven burst, and Fudge's EQ all hit. So big focus fire there from Cloud9 gave them big rewards. Let's see what they can actually do with it, though. The Baron buff, only 24 seconds left, so that's going to be the last wave that they can actually push with this Baron buff. And now we're actually just evening out to, what, a measly 232 FPX gold advantage for Cloud9. Basically, those last series of events just got them back into this game. They still have to deal with the difficulty of trying to play out one of these team fights versus a well-placed, Flash Gnar ultimate from Impact can make everything go sideways. But now, at least for Cloud9, they get to play their comp because they need more map control to be able to play this, and they need more vision so you can find those flank angles and get those, chunky LeBlanc plays you're used to.
Yeah, and the biggest winner throughout all of that was Fudge. Fudge was able to get back into the game, has a level advantage now on Impact, and he can play side lane comfortably. And so if the side lanes are going to be in favor of Cloud9, then either EG is going to be losing waves or they're not going to be on the objective first. And it feels like now it's just going to be harder and harder for this team.
Contracts, flashes, the blast cone needs to try and save him, but the burst is there. Great hook out of Vulcan, and Perkz will nab it.
Another blunder from evil geniuses. Cloud9 punish the jungle invade. They themselves going to be a little bit cautious in trying to retake control, though. I kind of like the call where they just want to make up some of the difference in minion waves during this push. You take down some control wards. They're playing cautiously through the brush, not letting anyone get too close to a binding, and are able to push it right back out through mid. Bottom lane pushing for them as well.
I mean, for me, whereas the biggest winner on the EG side is their turrets. It's 6-2 still in turrets. Cloud9 have so much gold they could collect that they didn't get off that first Baron. So even though the gold lead right now, only 1,000 up, there is a lot more for Cloud9 to take as the game goes on.
True. A lot of time to work with. The turrets is number 1. The Cloud Soul is another. You are willing to give up more to still have that one play to get back into the game.
You have to be scared now on EG of this LeBlanc. Perkz, 3 item power spike, 8 stacks on the Dark Seal. So death cap coming in is just, it means the difference between life and death in so many of these situations. And so, whereas previously, EG were very happy to group up on these neutrals, play off their vision. They can force over and over on Cloud9, who were not able to apply pressure on the rest of the map. Now, you have to respect it because I like you also mentioning Fudge. This is one of my favorite power spikes on him, was just the 3-item power spike. When you have the Shrildias come in on top of the Morgana transformation, you just hit so much harder. It really does make the poke a different beast.
And it's going to be difficult for Impact, who's itemizing for both, right? He's itemized wits and the added armor just for team fights. So if he's going to be on a side lane, it's going to be much, much harder for him to hold up versus Fudge without help. So, yeah,
Oh, wow.
Oh!
That's a 4v5, by the way. Fudge's top lane still. Impact going in, but he gets himself Nautilus ultied. And now Perkz is just poking back and forth, but EG, they've got the inside track to mid lane.
Very heads-up play there from Vulcan to use the Nautilus ultimate on frontline, just on impact, to deny the engage, rather than trying to save it for a carry.
Oh! Vulcan gets in there, finds the Q, pops the watch, and now Perkz is going in because Fudge is TP'd back around. Ulti again, hits on Danny, he's so low, and Fudge with the flank TP finds the snipe, he collects the double kill, and EG are falling apart in game 2. It's Contracts with no way out in the Wolf camp as Cloud9 find 3.
Waiting on it, and Fudge finds that TP, and bingo, hits Danny, just who was so low off that fight. He was on side lane, and remember, Cloud9 had so much control of that side of the map that they had plenty of wards in that blue side jungle for Fudge to be a part of.
Fudge is in his head, man. Danny dodged back into that. He fires the shock blast, expecting the dodge backwards, hits him on the mark, and Cloud9 have not dropped a beat after taking their comeback team fight on the invade previously by Baron. They now are wearing purple for a second time in this game. Pastry, you were unimpressed with the 2 towers taken previously. Now they get another chance at it. This is my call out for Ignar, though. Really good stuff on the engage. A lot of times supports will only save their ultimate to use on a backline member, but he immediately just stops that engage from impact to buy time, as you're saying, for Fudge to get the tower, then reset and teleport in. They then go for the re-engage. Zven lands the ultimate, and Fudge fires the shock blast, dodges back into it there for Danny, signing the death warrant. Then Perkz, blast cone, they're able to keep him inside. They pick up all the extra kills, and Cloud9 are right back to business as usual. They've wiped the early game from their memories, my friends.
True. Fudge, not only the most improved player of the split, but also most improved player of the game. From the early woes of getting constantly pushed off waves to this, the glow up is real.
Looking good so far as Cloud9 will continue their assault with the Baron. Perkz is unbelievably deadly. Goodbye, Danny, as Perkz blows him up, but Impact around the outside looking for the kill and does get the shutdown. It's Contracts that collects 1,000 bonus gold.
Oh, Contracts gets to be Perkz for a while. Now he's the Fed LeBlanc. Can he get down here in time? Nope, he has to use the reset early, but they're going in.
Jiizuke, though, setting it up with the ulti, flashes in for the play out of the watch, and now Cloud9 will shut him down, but can AG get anything off the backside of it? It's Fudge on a rampage, it's Impact low, Cloud9 just ripping through the rest of Evil Geniuses, as Contracts is the only one left alive. He's gonna run out to safety, but Cloud9 will take your base instead.
Yeah, man, what a great flash reposition from Zven. Recognized that Impact was looking for the ulti, didn't want to be the first person, but...
Contracts!
What?
He's going off! How is he still alive? The game's ending, he's gonna live!